A family is going somewhere and Rose asks Lissa's father to change the music. As her father touches the radio, they have an accident. Rose wakes up and smashes the wall, calling her friend to know she is fine. The other girl's name is Lissa. Rose can read Lisa's mind and approaches her. Lissa is a vampire from the Royal Moroi and Rose is her guardian. It's been a year since Lissa and Rose left the academy because Rose is afraid that the academy would Lissa. Lissa drinks Rose's blood to keep her powers alive, and the girls leave. Outside, they are seen by the guards and Rose sets the bike on fire to distract the guards. Rose fights the guards and just then Dmitri arrives to take them back to the academy. Rose attempts to attack him but Dmitri punches her and takes them towards Saint Vladimir's academy. Rose explains that Vladimir can walk in the sunlight and they protect Moroi from Stragoi's evil blood-sucking vampires who only come out at night. Arriving at the gates, Strigoi vampires attack them and Dmitri asks Rose to stay in the car. Strigoi kills Dmitri's team without mercy and Dmitri attacks with a silver stake and they run away. After a short silence, Rose comes out from the car and a Strigoi vampire jumps in front of her. The evil vampire beats two of the Moroi vampires, which makes Rose scared. As he approaches to Rose, Spiridon attacks and kills him. Dmitri scolds Rose and leaves for the academy in the car. Reaching the academy, Rose says it's a universe for Vladimir and Moroi students. Vladimir students study here as well as take combat classes while Moroi students are given magic classes. The two of them don't exactly like coming back to the academy and Rose notices that Lissa's ex-boyfriend is now with new girl Mia. Dmitri takes them to Principal Kirova's office, where the principal is furious with their actions. There comes Prince Victor, who is one of Lissa's family friends who is very sick. Victor requests the principal to allow the two girls to stay at the academy. The principal apologizes to Lissa for her family's death and asks why she left the academy in the end. Rose asks the principal about Teacher Karp, but the principal tells her that Miss Karp has left the academy. The principal angrily says that Lissa is the heiress of the Dragomir family. She tells Rose that you are nothing, maybe out of this academy you can become a stripper. Actually, the principal doesn't want to keep Rose in the academy. Dmitri tells her that Rose can read Lissa's dreams and we can't lose a guardian like that. Lissa uses her compulsion power to agree with the principal and the principal says Rose can also stay in the academy. The principal gives Rose a telegram letter from her mother and coming out Rose remembers the old days. Rose trains Lissa in magic and Miss Karp arrives telling them to go inside. Miss Karp leaves and a crow falls dead. Lissa heals it with her magic and becomes unconscious while Miss Karp watches it all. In the present, Lissa starts to drink water but the water hits her mouth, seeing which Mia makes fun of her. Aaron apologizes to Lissa on Mia's behalf but Mia comes in and scolds Lissa and she leaves. Mason is talking to his group about Rose and when Rose arrives Mason starts training with her. Rose visions Lissa in the library where Christian Ozera comes to her whose parents had turned themselves into Strigoi. Lissa tells him you weren't turned, to which Ozera says yes, I hate Strigoi but they were my parents. They both start talking and Rose tells Lissa to leave but Lissa doesn't listen to her, and Ozera asks her where she drank blood from outside. Lissa is afraid to tell him all this and the trainer sends Rose to Dmitri for combat training. Dmitri tells her that if you have to protect Lissa, the training will be special for it, and he knocks Rose down with a blow. Rose says to Lissa that if you want to cry then use my shoulder, not Ozera's, to which Lissa says you were seeing my visions again, which is wrong. After contracting with the vampires, humans come to feed on their blood in the academy's cafeteria, where Lissa also goes to drink the blood of a human. Rose is called by Victor, who asks her about their time outside. Rose says there was no place outside where Lissa would have tried her magic. Rose asks him about Miss Karp and Victor tells her Karp has no guardian like any other vampire so she left the academy. Victor says you have a special bond with Lissa and you can't go away from her, but Rose tells him about the Strigoi attack. Victor asks her to take care of his daughter Natalie, and then Lissa comes and Natalie joins them. Then the three of them go to church and gossip about the boys. Then Jesse comes in and asks Rose to meet him alone. Mason tells Rose to take care and Lissa says to Rose that Mason likes you but Rose has a crush. At the church, the priest tells them about Saint Vladimir and says Shadow kissed Anna, which Rose remembers when Miss Karp said the words to her. The blast occurs and they see leave or die on the honor board, which makes Lissa scared. Rose goes to Mia and tells them if any of you have done this act, then I will rip your heart. Mia says you're out on the pavement and calls Rose an amateur blood whore, and Principal Kirova interrupts their arguments. Rose meets Jessie in the Royal Rec Room where they start the romance. Jessie attempts to drink her blood but Rose stops him and Jessie says I know Lissa drinks your blood to survive outside. Dimitri arrives and sends Jessie out while Rose again visions Lissa as she walks out, the blood drops on her face from the dead fox. Reaching her, Rose encourages her and Dimitri tells Rose that now Kirova gives Lissa a sedative injection and we will increase security. Rose apologizes to Dimitri for her mistake, to which he says I shouldn't have believed you, to which Rose asks for another chance. In the classroom, Mia writes a note that the professor reads, stating that Lissa drank Rose's blood to survive outside. When Ray accuses Rose, Ozera sets Mason on fire, prompting the professor to kick him out of class. Lissa then leaves, angry with Rose, and when Rose sees Lissa in visions, she learns that Ray was set on fire by Ozera. Rose hears the alarm and all the students go to the hall for the speech of Queen Tatiana. The Queen tells Lissa that you are the last sign of our family, and she is very angry because of Lissa running away from the academy, and hearing all this Lissa becomes upset. When Rose enters the room, someone has written in blood on the wall of the room that if you want to stay here, you have to be careful. Rose asks Natalie to find out who did it by tasting the blood. Natalie tastes the blood and tells her that it is the work of Mia and her friends. Lissa tells Rose that you have put up with a lot for me, but now I will take my revenge on all of them. Lissa uses her powers of compulsion to get revenge on Mia, while Rose is upset because every time Lissa uses her powers, she suffers a loss of her own. Later, Rose investigates the disappearance of Miss Crab and finds video footage of Carp mentally unstable from using spirit magic. During the party in the royal room, seeing Lissa with the others, Rose comes out and when Lissa approaches her, they hear wolves howling. They get scared and Lissa sees that someone has killed her cat, and while reviving her, Lissa faints and gets cuts on her arm. Rose has a vision of Carp telling her that the more Lissa uses her powers the worse it will get, and that her enemies are not the Strigoi, but inside the academy. It was Carp who hid Rose's memories and told her to run away with Lissa. Rose also discovers and tells the board that Lissa has the same rare power that enables Lissa to heal ailments and save the dying, and she got cut on her arm while reviving her cat. Rose demands Headmistress Ellen Kirova show her classified information on Carp. Through classified security footage, Rose and Dimitri find that Carp was in a lot of pain and felt that she was being followed. Rose sees visions in which Lissa is explaining to the board that she didn't have any scars on her arms. Rose and Ozera find out about the magic spirit, and when Lissa asks him, Ozera kisses her and she leaves angrily. Lissa also becomes angry with Rose and breaks her ankle, and after Rose regains her consciousness, Dimitri takes them for the shopping. At the equinox dance, Rose discovers Mia is not responsible for all the dead animals. Soon, Lissa is kidnapped and Rose, Dimitri, and Christian rush to save her. The Moroi responsible for the kidnapping and the threats against Lissa is Viktor Dashkov, a previous candidate for the throne, who suffers from the chronic disease Sandowski's syndrome. He plans to use Lissa to cure himself, although the cure would eventually cost Lissa's life. Once captured and placed in the secure cells beneath the school, Victor explains to Rose that she bonded to Lissa is because she was shadow-kissed, having been brought back to life by Lissa's magic. While they are talking, Victor's daughter Natalie, she'd turned Strigoi by draining her crush to death. Dimitri comes and kills Natalie and detains Victor. During Vampire Queen Tatiana Ivashkov's speech, Lissa steps in and gives a speech of her own. She announces that spirit is her type of magic, and that it is thanks to Rose that she can master it. Rose then meets Dimitri outside and asks about his feelings for her. He states that he can't love her because if there was any danger between Rose and Lissa, he would save her instead of Lissa. She kisses Dimitri on the cheek and walks back to the academy. In a mountain cave close to the academy, Carp leads a horde of Strigoi. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to watch more videos like this.